Hey guys, have you missed me? I'll bet you have. I've been busy bee. I just thought I'd get on here and touch base with you and bring you up to date on a few things so you know I'm still here. Okay, let's see. First, what did I do? Let's see. Y'all know I had my endoscopy. I got my results. Everything was cool. Thank you, God. Bert's doing all right and just sleeping a lot lately. And let's see. We got some new boxes in for our stuff for our other channel. Some apparel boxes and one box, it's like 100 pounds. And once in a while I buy one of those. And let me get this situated here. Okay. So once in a while I buy one of those and it's shipped by FedEx. And FedEx has been doing a terrible job lately. But anyway, it was supposed to be here, I believe it was a week ago Thursday? A week ago, last Thursday. And it didn't show up Wednesday, it didn't show up this Thursday. They said it was going to. And it didn't show up Friday. And I got another box that I had ordered. And that came. But they said that my other box came too. The 100-pound box. So I had to call FedEx and get that straight. But it ended up that I got it yesterday, which was Saturday. So that was good. And it was in very good condition. It was not punched out like my last one. Let's see. What else do I have to tell you? Oh, I was going to tell you. I was on the internet. I don't think I was in psychcentral.com. I think it was just something I seen on the internet and clicked on. But they did a study, and they said that in the last year, there has been more people that have anxiety than they've ever had in history. And with all the stuff that goes on, I mean, I can't say that, they're wrong, because so many people that I meet have it, and people that are in my family have it, I have it. People you probably know that you don't even know they have it yet, But it makes me kind of wonder, like, we don't all have a choice of what we want to eat. And that's the truth, because some people, I don't know, I realize that when you go to the store, it seems like most of the healthy foods are so expensive that only the top 5 or 10 can, get it. And I'm exaggerating with that, but I mean, like people who are elderly, people who live on Social Security alone and what have you, they try to eat healthy a lot of times, but they can't because they can't afford it. They try to get their medicine, they can't get it, so they go without it, But I'm trying to figure out how in the world we're getting all these, I don't know. Look at fluoride. They're taking fluoride out of some of the rural and city, town water systems. Not all of them. I think it's the state has to make that decision. But, when my kids were little, oh, this is great. They're putting fluoride in the water and blah, 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 and all this and that. But is it? I mean, now they're saying, oops, that stuff ain't good. It's doing this, it's doing that. So, how much chemicals do we actually get in our body every day? If you think about it, it's crazy. It really is. Because you really don't have to be a smoker anymore to get chemicals. You can get chemicals in anything you eat. There's so many preservatives in everything that you eat. Even in your water system. I mean, how many of you go to the website for your water system? Public water system now. How many of you go there and make sure that they're in compliance every year? Yeah, because I found out over the weekend, actually, I found out that our water system, and we're in the city, okay? It's a small city, but, you know, it's like, what, 3,300 people, right? But it's a big water system. But I went on there, I don't even know why I went on there the other day, but I did. And I saw where, I guess in the year 2023, they were not checking the water. They're supposed to be doing it every so often and writing down, I guess. There's supposed to be somebody who does that, and it was not being done. So I guess they kept track of them for all of 24 and had given them a violation or something like that, because they weren't even checking to make sure that the water was at a safe level, whatever that is, you know. But, and I think maybe I went into the water because I was probably bored. And I went in the kitchen about, I don't know, probably 11 o'clock at night. And I turned on the water to wash something or rinse something out, I don't know. And there's always a bleachy kind of smell, like chlorine. And I guess when you're sitting here all this time, you just, you know, you get used to it. But when they add some chlorine, you can tell. You can really, really tell. I mean, I think I told you, or I've told my other channel, you know, I get up during the night to use the bathroom all the dang time, you know. And, at times, I'll use the bathroom. I was always taught to flush, so I flush every time I go to the bathroom. So I flush the toilet, I'll go back in the bedroom, which is basically on the other side of the bathroom, because my bathroom's here and my bedroom's in front of it. There's a wall between it, but anyway, and I can smell that bleach, or chlorine, whatever the heck it is. And I wonder sometimes how much of that stuff they put in there. But I'm just saying, it would be interesting for you to go check yours every so often and make sure that they're checking it the way they're supposed to and everything, because a lot of people don't want to buy bottled water, and it happens with bottled water too, so I heard. So, yeah, I don't know what to say. I remember when I first moved to Florida, because I live in Texas now, but when I first moved to Florida, I was pregnant with my youngest daughter. Not the youngest, because those two I adopted. I adopted a boy and a girl after I had my 5 kids, and I lost 2 daughters. But when my biological daughters were little and my sons were little, I had moved to Florida. I was actually pregnant with my youngest, and they loved going to the beach. Oh my God, my one son, he was a surfer, and he became a surfer, and he was surfing until he got really sick, this other son, where he might have to have a pacemaker, you know. So he's like 36 now, I think. No, he's 40, about 40. Ooh. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, anyway, the beaches then were very, very, not pristine clean, but they were pretty clean, you know. And then when the kids grew up and they all got married or went off or passed away, I started hearing things about beaches. Like every day they would give you a report, or every week they would give you a report about algae and blue algae and amoebas that kids were getting up their nose, and they were getting real sick and all this and that. And I said, what the hell is that? Because after the kids grew up, I never really went to the beach much, unless Bert and I were going to walk on the beach one night or something. And but the reason I mention it is because here in Texas, a woman, I guess she was in her RV, and she was at a campground, and somehow or other she came in contact with this amoeba that goes to your brain. And they say that there's been very many people who got sick with it, and everybody died but 2 people. You better read about it, because I'm not sure what it all entails, but, you know, and all these kids and all these adults are going in the water there, but they're saying they should not, you know how kids go underwater and they don't hold their nose. Now, some kids, they always hold their nose, but some of them don't, you know. But they said that it would go up their nose. This was in Florida, and that not all the time, not every kid, but there have been some people who the water went up their nose, 2-3 drops, whatever, you know, and they started getting sick, and they took them to the hospital. And that's the ones they're saying over 100 people died from or got it, and 2 survived, the rest didn't. And it makes you think. And then I never heard that out here, but then I think it was Wednesday or Thursday, a lady had died from, I think it's from drinking the water at the RV park. I'm not sure if that was it, but I'm pretty sure that they said she drank it. So I'm not sure what the heck's going on. But that's why I guess I went in and I looked at the water report, and I didn't even want to see what I seen from the water report years ago. That was even worse. I wasn't here yet. But yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing, because we all don't understand how many chemicals we get in our body. And it really and truly, I don't care what anybody says, there is no way to keep every one of them chemicals out of your body. There isn't. They put preservatives in your food, you know. And for a long time, I was hearing that when our food was coming from overseas, FDA was not even checking it like they were supposed to be checking it. And that's why all of a sudden this year, there's been some government intervention, and they want it checked better. So they have been coming out with a lot of recalls. I mean, I cannot believe it, the recalls on the food, you know. And that's another thing. I remember hearing, I don't know when it started, a few years ago, a decade ago, oh, you ought to eat organic. You ought to feed your dog natural, organic food. Your chickens, make sure they eat organic food if you're going to breed them, or if you're going to, you know, breed them for eggs, whatever. Well, it seems to me, now not here lately, but in the last 5 years, more organic crap seems to be recalled. Even dog food, cat food, I don't know what it is, you know. I mean, I'm not saying everybody's perfect, because I'm sure there was recalls and they never told us about it years ago, you know, probably. But it's crazy. You don't know what you can eat anymore. So you might as well just put your trust in God and go on and, you know, try to eat as healthy as you can. Try to eat, you know, a lot of fruits and vegetables, even though now they say, well, we're not sure if fruits and vegetables are good for you if you don't eat any protein. And and it was bad to eat meat for a long time. Now it's better to eat meat. It's better to have a carnivore diet than it is to have a vegetarian diet. So, when I hear that crap and then 10 years later I hear something else saying, oh, we made a boo-boo, I'm like, who do you listen to? I think we just need to eat everything in moderation. That's the only thing that I can think of. But there's not much else to talk about on here, but I wanted to get on and get you a video. And since I did test the water and there was a little boo-boo on it, I thought I would mention y'all need to go on your website for your water. If you have city water, I guess you call it, or county water, and not a well. I would even check my well. I don't know. Guys, do what you want, but I would. I'm trying to, well, Bert he's trying to plant his own tomatoes and his own vegetables and stuff because I don't know about by you, but they recalled tomatoes here. Probably all over, really. It wasn't just here. And we would go crazy with all the stuff that's recalled. We really would. But anyway, guys, I am going to try to do some other things this week and get you guys some more videos. And if you would like, go check out my other video at RV Butterfly Reselling and Thrifting. And we're going to be having some interesting videos this week. And I have some more jewelry boxes coming in, so those are always interesting to watch. Other than that, we seem to be doing pretty good. We're sitting home a lot more and trying to relax, and it has been very, very hot here. It's like 102 degrees right now. And what time is it, babe? About 4 o'clock? Yeah. It's about 4 o'clock, and it's still, when you open the door, the heat hits you. And I've been in Texas before, and the heat was stifling at times. But I really, really believe it's just like Florida. My ex-sister-in-law, we're very close, and she came from Cuba, and she lived in Miami for a while, and then she moved to Chicago, and that's how she had met my brother and all, the story went on. But you know that when she used to come and visit me in Florida, she used to say, I don't know how you do this, it is so hot here, I can't even breathe. And to me, it was not as hot as Texas 10 years ago. But now, I don't know. It seems to be, the heat in both places seems to be terrible. So, just be careful out in the heat. You never know if you get sick in the heat, if you start feeling nauseous or anything. Get into somewhere that's air conditioned. Yeah, because I'll tell you that heat can get to you if you just let it. And I've never ever been one to sit at the beach, for a long time. When the kids were young and they wanted to go swimming, I might be there for a couple of hours if they were lucky. And but I have had friends when I was young, they all wanted to stay on the beach all day so they could get that tan, and I just didn't do it. I don't know why, I just didn't. I got my little tan little at a time. But yeah, so be careful in the heat, guys. I love all of you. Make sure you leave me a comment. Before I go, I do have one thing to say. We did have a comment with a question. Yeah, so I'm going to touch on it. Okay, if you remember, I made a video about online dating, and I said, I know people who do online dating, and I explained all that to you. Well, somebody asked me, how would I know about online dating? Well, I'm an avid reader. I'm always on the internet. I have friends and family that date people from the internet, from the little free dating sites, and some of them do the paid ones. So I can't remember that person who asked me, but that's how I know. Because I'm on the internet a lot. I work on the internet, and, and I have kids that are adults, and, people talk. But that's how I know. Yes, I am a married woman. I am a very happily married woman, and no, I have not been on the dating sites, and you know what? I don't even want to go on a dating site. If I wasn't married, I wouldn't go on a dating site. Heck, it's bad to meet them in person. You never know what they're going to do nowadays, woman or man. So, anyway, whoever it was that asked that question, I think I answered it in the comments. I'm not sure, but I wanted to answer it online because I said that, if you guys leave me some comments, I will get on here as soon as I see them and try to answer your questions. So, let me know what you think about everything I said today. I love you. Y'all have a wonderful week. God bless you. Bye-bye.